So I'm recording this on a small rocky ledge in the middle of an obscure hike way above the city of Vancouver. So it's a slow hike, and I'm doing this video and this recording in part to take a break because I'm bloody tired. And I'm tired for a couple of reasons. Number one, I haven't been doing as much mountain hiking as I normally do because of COVID. So these trails have just opened up again, and that's amazing. But more importantly, I'm also at hour 37 or 38 of a water-only fast. I mean, technically it's a water and electrolytes and a caffeine tablet a day water-only fast. So I feel good. I feel emotionally good. I feel mentally pretty sharp. Physically, there's not much gas in the tank. There really isn't. So I'm taking these short breaks as I go up, and then this longer break to record this, because there's something I've been thinking about. Look, this is going to be one of the slowest hikes I've ever done up this bloody mountain, up Grouse Mountain here. It's not going to be a good time. A good time in the sense of recording my time. I'm not doing this one fast. Probably a little bit better than after I had my kidney transplant, and a little bit worse than after, you know, a night of being at a fire the whole night and not getting any sleep in the fire department. So I'm not setting any land speed records, and that's 100% okay. Training most of the time shouldn't be about setting new records. It shouldn't be about achieving a personal best every time. I mean, look, let's say you're bench pressing, and your goal is to bench press more today than you did yesterday, and your goal tomorrow will be to bench press more than you did today. Let's say that's your training methodology. So you're doing nothing but 1 rep maxes. And today, yesterday, I don't know, I benched 225. Today, I want to bench 230. So I'm going to really amp myself up. I'm going to slap myself in the face, and I'm going to go. And I'm going to go, and maybe I pull it off. Tomorrow, I want to do 135 or 235. And maybe I do it, and but my form is beginning to go a little bit, right? I'm just arching. I'm not bringing it as low. I'm bouncing it off my chest just a little bit. Just a little bit. And the next day it's time for 240, and now I'm tired because I've been bench pressing for days, but now I'm going to bounce a little bit more, cheat a little bit more, and eventually something is going to go ker-snap. It's guaranteed that if you follow the training goals, if you do whatever methodology you want to achieve the training goal that I just laid out, which is to get better or to have a personal best every single day, you're gonna break. Same thing with this, on this mountain. I could achieve the best time ever, even though I'm completely energy depleted, even though there's no glycogen left in my muscles, even though my blood sugar is pretty low right now. How? Easy. A whole lot of cocaine and amphetamines. If I take enough, I would get up this hill faster than I've ever done before. But now if I do it again tomorrow, what do? Well, I need more cocaine and more amphetamines. And then the day after that, more cocaine. And you can see, obviously, where that's going. It's not going anywhere good. It's going to lead to a heart attack and stroke and psychosis pretty quickly. So the goal is not to set a personal best every single day. The goal is to improve every single day. And there's a difference there. Improving means getting better in some small way. So what's improving for me today? Well, my health, for one, right? Doing exercise while fasted. For most people, if they're not going to go totally hypoglycemic, is a good thing. It's improving my mental strength to some extent. I keep on telling myself, it's improving my ability to survive in the zombie apocalypse, or when food runs out, I'll be able to go for days and days. I'll already have been there. I'll already have experienced the discomfort of fasted exercise and keeping on moving with no fuel in the tank. So I'll have a better sense of how far I can go. More practically, this might apply to any hiking trip I ever do, any canoe trip I ever do. Last summer, when I was on that big 1,000-mile solo trip, which I'm working on the large video of, by the way. It's going to be done fairly soon, but I digress. Last summer, if I'd lost my boat in the rapids, say I'd kept just my GPS and my compass, And, I also had fire lighting supplies on me. There was a way out. It was a 200-mile walk across the tundra to the nearest settlement. This would not have been a best case scenario. This would have been a last ditch scenario. But it would have been possible. It would have been possible to survive. Now, there would have been a whole lot of suffering and a whole lot of hypoglycemia and maybe eating a few berries along the way. But really, the number of calories going in would not have equaled the number of calories going out. So, these things are possibilities. You could be going for a drive in the mountains in the winter, and your car gets stuck, and now you got to hike out for 2 days. I had to do that once for 1 day, and it sucked, but it was okay. So pushing yourself in reasonably safe circumstances prepares you for the difficult circumstances. Now, that's all like survivalist stuff and like worst case scenario planning and that, which is all cool. But really, when it comes to pushing yourself in general, there's the idea that you should train a lot, but test rarely. And that's not my idea. That's Mike McCastle's idea. And Mike McCastle smashed David Goggins' pull-up record while wearing a 30-pound weight vest. Mike McCastle has accomplished more acts of physical craziness and mental toughness and endurance than anybody else I've ever met. And he's been on my podcast, incidentally. You could search for that. If you search for Mike McCastle Strenuous Life Podcast, you'll find the episode. It's amazing. But it's his saying that you should train a lot and test rarely. Because if you test every day, if every day is going to complete absolute failure, if every day is a total death match on the jiu-jitsu mats, if every day is a max bench press, you're going to break. And you will achieve less in the medium term than you would if you had had some kind of sensible training progression, than if you had included some rest days. If you had pushed hard, but maybe not to your maximum limit every single day. The goal of training is not to achieve a personal best every single day. There, I've stalled for long enough. My heart rate has come down. I'm no longer dripping in sweat, and the clouds are coming in. So I think I'd best be on my way. Got a little bit further to go up, and then about a 45-minute hike down. So, signing off. I hope you guys have a great day. This section of the trail is always fun. Bit of climbing.